It's really important for people to kind of understand, and I guess by this metric myself, is nothing good will ever come from having to force things. Whether it be a state of mind, a relationship, um, any kind of any kind of mindset or state of life that you're in. If you have to force something, like if you have to force somebody to be around you, if you got to force somebody to talk to you, if you got to force somebody to be there for you, then dude, you're not in the right place. Like, if you are, like, I see this a lot, mainly just like throughout my own life, where like I'll see men forcing women, like trying to like force like relationships to work. Like, oh, you're trying to like be very pushy about, like, she's not spending any time with you, and you're just like constantly like pestering her, asking what she's doing. She's leaving you on red for fucking 20 hours, and you get a response at like 2 in the morning saying that she loves you. Or, you know, for women, it's like you're trying to force the guy that you're with to like get a job or apply himself in any meaningful capacity. And, you know, like, it's weird because the more you force something else to happen, like before I really go into that, a kind of context is that, at least in my opinion, I feel as if everything is supposed to happen at its own pace. Like, everything that happens for a reason, for a specific reason. We might not know that reason, but it happens for a reason. And trying to tempt that isn't really the best idea. Like, you can, like, you know, you are able to, but it won't always get you the result you want. And there's many differences between forcing and being assertive, because I think being assertive can absolutely help you in your life, whether it be in a professional context, in a romantic, not even romantic, like a relationship context, in a social context, in a personal context. Being assertive can actually help you. Forcing something won't. And I mainly just see this because, like, it's Valentine's Day, and of course I'm not spending it with anybody. Big surprise. I just spent the whole day pretty much working out. I watched Trainspotting, starring Ewan McGregor. And I just played a lot of video games. I've been getting back into Warframe recently. I just got all the parts that I needed for Valkyr Prime. I also just started playing Halo again. I'm trying to finish the Halo 2 campaign on Legendary. I'm not going to have any skulls on because the fucking Jackal snipers are already enough. I don't need to worry about, like, oh, my HUD's disappearing, or, like, I only have half the amount of ammo that I need. But it kind of made me sort of realize, as I was, like, you know, on my phone, sort of like checking my friends' stories and whatever, and like I see them with their partners and whatever. I really want to say, like, only about like maybe 2 people I know are actually happy with the people that they're with, which kind of struck me off guard, because I was like, but you seem so happy here. You seem so happy here. It feels like you have everything. But you don't, though. You really don't. And it was kind of something that I had to learn the hard way. I definitely have issues with trying to, like, make things work, even if I know they won't. That's just the kind of person that I am. But the way I kind of think of it is kind of like if you're forcing, like, for example, this is just kind of a, like, example of something that I actually have to do for school. I have a photography class, and this right here, in this little container, is a roll of 35 millimeter film. This is a roll of 35 millimeter film. This is the leader part of it, so it's allowed to be exposed to the light. I'm not going to expose it for too long. Because, you know, of course, knowing me, something always goes wrong when it comes to fucking camera equipment, especially film cameras. They are the bane of my existence. Because especially during the loading process, when you're pulling the film out, you gotta get it very precise. You have to be assertive and guide it along the little guidelines, but at the same time, you also can't be too forceful. If you're too forceful and you try and like yank it, it'll tear. You end up losing the leader, you end up losing the film, and if you try and force something while it's in the camera, if you're too forceful with the camera, break the whole camera. And that's like good $150, $200 down the toilet. And I don't know about you, I cannot afford $250. I cannot afford $200 down the toilet. But it kind of goes into a larger sort of lesson with life, where the more you try and push something and push something and push something, eventually it'll break. And it's not just a relationship thing. It's not just in terms of relationships. I'm using that as an example. But I mean more in terms of, like, sanity. Or, with a more physical thing, the gym. Like, I see a lot of guys who are, like, you know, like, especially because, like, I went to the gym today, a lot of dudes ego lifting. Like, holy shit, dude. Like, the amount of, like, I'm a 6 foot tall guy. I can't bench that much. So I know my own limit. Like, I think the last time I actually, like, did, like, bench for reps was a couple days ago, and it was, like, I didn't do that much. It was, like, 100. I could, like, rep 100 pretty easy. And even then, that's more an issue of my frame versus, like, actual muscle. I know my own limits. But I saw a gym couple. This, like, youngish guy and this youngish girl. And this dude has easily 250, 300 pounds on the bar. Bad idea. If you, like, unless you really know what you're doing and you know for a fact you can handle it, don't do it. And the thing is, this guy was on the bench, of course, not right form, but this is because I'm in a chair, not on a bench. And the thing is, he drops it and is like, and the girl is just staring like, and meanwhile I was over there on the fucking leg extensions being like, I'm sorry for that guy. But not in a negative context of like, oh, fucking sucks to be that guy. No, I mean it in a, I'm sorry for that guy. Because clearly, that is a guy who is lost. If you feel the need to force anything, and you know, going back to what I said earlier, being assertive about things is essential to life. You need to be assertive. But you also need to know when you're forcing. Being assertive is going to the gym pretty regularly, and, you know, you do weights that they might not be the most impressive, but they're within your means, and they actually encourage muscle growth instead of muscle damage, and instead of, you know, hurting yourself, you're actually in a good position. And you end up growing naturally. Forcing is you immediately start ego lifting. Every single set you're trying, you're trying to PR every single day, every single set, every single thing, and by the time you're 35, you're in a wheelchair. That's forcing things. That is absolutely forcing things. Because that is forcing yourself, that is forcing your body, and that is also forcing your life in a way that you just shouldn't be able to. Or not should be able to. You should be able to do whatever you want. You just shouldn't. You know? And to kind of close off this whole thing, I rewatched the movie Trainspotting starring Danny Boyle. Well, not starring Danny Boyle. He directed the fucking movie. I'm all over the place today. It was directed by Danny Boyle, stars Ewan McGregor, and is, I mean, if you haven't seen Trainspotting, I highly recommend that you do. Amazing movie, best performance by Ewan McGregor by a long shot. Even better than he did in the fucking Star Wars prequels. Way better than he did in the Star Wars prequels, let's just say that. But the entire movie is basically about forcing yourself to change. And the difference between stagnation, assertion, and forcefulness. And it's that sort of middle ground that the main character, Renton, kind of has to find himself in. As, you know, outside influences kind of push him one way or the other, it's that sort of middle ground of being okay enough with yourself to look at the mirror and not want to blow your own brains out, but also being able to see your own faults and, in a constructive manner, realize what has to change. Like, at least with myself, like, I can look in the mirror and be like, well, I mean, I gotta stop smoking as much. I mean, I really don't smoke that much. Like I bought a pack of cigarettes like a month ago, and it's taken me, I'm not even done with it, like, almost a month in. But, you know, I also gotta be a little bit more responsible with, I guess, people. I gotta be more talkative. Because, you know, I'm 21 and I don't really have a lot of friends that I, like, keep up with. But that's kind of where it kind of ties back in as well, where if I force myself to do these things, then I burn myself out of it. And I'm like, well, shit, now I feel even worse about myself because it didn't work out. Back to smoking, back to drinking, back to all the vices that I tried to quit. If I stay stagnant, then it's like, well, nothing's changing. I'm in the same spot that I am, and I'm probably going to stay in the same spot that I am until I either change it or I just die. But assertion is kind of... you need to be assertive with yourself. You need to be assertive enough with your surroundings and just your current situation to be able to look yourself in the mirror. I gotta be able to look myself in the mirror and be like, okay, well, take things one step at a time. Like, you know, I don't gotta quit today. You know, I should start. But at the end of the day, like, tomorrow's not promised. Most likely, like, unless some freak accident happens, you have tomorrow. You have 20 minutes from now. But you shouldn't wait that long. And that's not saying, like, just, you need to get up immediately, do it, go, 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 go. That's not what I'm saying. But what I kind of am saying is, you know, you got time, use it. You know, don't overuse. Don't overuse it and don't underuse it. It's kind of a... find that, like, do some trial and error. Find some, find that sort of middle ground that you're able to... Fuck. Ah, dude, I don't even know what that was. I've just been... See, that's another thing I gotta do. I gotta work on that. Just general body health. But, you know, it's not something that's... It's not gonna kill you if you don't get it done tomorrow. but make use of the time you have. Because tomorrow can turn into tomorrow, could turn into tomorrow, could turn into the next day, the next day, the day after that, the day after that, the day after that, and then nothing gets done. Just be careful. Be careful. Be cognizant. Be cognizant of yourself. And most importantly, watch Trainspotting. Trainspotting is a very good movie. It is about heroin. So if you don't like heroin, or if you don't like Ewan McGregor, I don't know why you wouldn't. I don't think he's done anything besides be like, was he Qui-Gon Jinn? Qui-Gon, who was Qui-Gon? Wait, was he Qui-Gon Jinn or was he Obi-Wan? I think he was Obi-Wan, but I mean, shit, that lets you know how fucking memorable the prequels were. I can't even remember who the main character. I don't remember who played who in the prequels. That just goes to show how bad the Star Wars prequels were. But yeah, watch Trainspotting, and when you're done with that, I don't know, do like 5 push-ups, or just like do 1. Do something. I don't know. Just apply. Apply yourself, apply your situation. Don't kill yourself, but, just do something.